Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 14. It says, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed." Okay, first and foremost, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the alchemists that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video be edifying, first and foremost to the whole elect, and then of course those that cleave to the body. All right, if any person that seek the truth, or as a part of the body, or listen to the truth, starting with the elder and apostles of Great Millstone, all the way down to all the brothers, to the youngest brothers, you should have an idea by now of understanding that celebrating your birthday is wicked. The whole celebration of it, the ritual, the cake, the candles, everything. All right. And I'm going to get into it according to the scriptures to show that it's a heathenistic custom. All right. Our people didn't follow the customs and practices of the wicked or the Gentiles, man. All right. It's a pagan ritual from Babylon, man. All right. Ancient Babylon. That's carried over today in this Babylon. That's how you know it's the same people ruling, man. Okay? But nonetheless, I'm going to read this again. This Jeremiah 20 and verse 14. It says, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born." The day you was born is your birthday. All right? That's the day that you mark off as the beginning day of your life in this life. All right. Every day that somebody born, you get a birth certificate. All right. Meaning the time, the date, the place, everywhere where you was born. All right. That's cool, man. That's records. Okay. We understand that. Okay. But for you to constantly celebrate the day you was born every year, case in point, if you 37 years old, that means you celebrated your birthday. All right. 36 times, 37 times. Now, one they have any sense in their mind or no, that don't even make sense, all right? There's no way you can be born 37 times, man, all right? And first of all, you should be saddened the day that you're born because you're born into sin, all right? That's why I say cursed be the day, because that from that day forward starts the beginning of your walk into sin, man. All right? There's nothing good about your birth date and captivity, Jake. All right? There's nothing to celebrate. You're going to be a slave soon as you start walking, man. All right? And our people was, because they didn't have they didn't take pity on the young, the old. They didn't pity anybody. All right. If he could walk, put him to work. So as our people, all right, in ancient times, okay, they don't, from your birth all the way up until you die, Jake, you are cursed. All right. You are sinning. You're going off. So there's nothing to celebrate about your entrance into a wicked world, man. There's no celebration that comes to that. The only celebration of that is death. All right? That's why I say, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed." And why would Jeremiah say this? Because one would think, oh, man, hey, man, my birthday coming up. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to laugh, joke out with my friends. It's going to be all about me that day. All right? It's really like a self-worshiping day, kind of like it runs parallel with what is this? Instagram, taking selfies. It's like you self-worshiping yourself, man. All right. What's more important is that he who born you, all right, should get the glory and praise, not the day. All right. But you give honor in regards to a day that coming and going every year annually. All right, more than you give honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who allowed you to get to that year that you mark off every year to say you was born repeatedly over and over and over, man. Really, you taking away from the creation of the Most High. All right? Because it is appointed unto man once. Matter of fact, let me get that. Once to die and then the judgment. All right? So you born once. Okay? And it's appointed to man once to die, meaning you who you are at that time. All right? Because a man do come back. All right? That's why Job said, when I die, shall I live again? Going to Job 14. But I'm going to focus more on the point of happy birthdays. And Lord willing, you brothers be edifying, man. In case if you didn't know, you're a newcomer, Jake, coming into this, you're not supposed to celebrate your birthday. All right? Annually, never. All right? It's a heathenistic custom. And I'm going to get the customs and the fossilized customs. All right? An ancient good book. All right? Brothers should get regarding holidays. All of them. Okay? This is Ecclesiastes 7:1. And I ain't going to be long. I'm going to get to the point. And whoever is for the get, guess what? They're going to get it and they're going to turn away from those practices, man. It says a good name is better than a precious ointment. And the day of death than the day of one's birth. Because in the day of death, you're actually reuniting into your spiritual body, which doesn't sin or air off, man. It's your rest, really. All right. Under the sun, when you're born to labor. All right, Jake, we not in our kingdom. So every child, man, child of you, of your relatives and lineage that's born all the way down from the time, all right, we was put here to serve captivity all the way until you die, Jake, you going to be in labor, a slave, man. Okay? It says, better is the day of death than the day of one's birth, man. You see? So why would the scriptures, what prophet in the scripture or where God say to celebrate birthdays? Crickets. I'll wait, Jake. Because you ain't going to be able to find it, man. All right? It's really, that's just your pedigree. All right? Your line being born, man. And it has right here in birth. Check this out.
Strong's H3205. Yalad.
It says to beget, to bear, figuratively, of wicked bringing forth iniquity. The day of birth, birthday. You see? You see that? So it has in birth in Ecclesiastes 7:1, of wicked bringing forth iniquity, man. That's the time you start to err and depart from your maker, Jake. All right? When you labor on this side, man. So that day should be marked off. All right? Hey, it should be heavy unto you, actually, man. You see? Matter of fact, let's get it when Job said it, right? And this in the scriptures. So, hey, take it how you want to take it, Jake. This Job 3:1. It says, after this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born. All right, that's two witnesses. All right. And well, 2 or 3 witnesses is let every word be established. So cursed is the day you born, Jake. All right. And that's that same word though. Born and birth. You lied. It says, and the night in which it was said there was a child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not God regard it from above, neither let light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. And how you celebrate your birthday? By the days of the year and the numbers of the month. Oh, I got 3 more months to my birthday. 3 more months and 5 days. All right. So Job say, as for that night, the night that he was born, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined into the days of the year, which is the calendar. All right. on this side, which the calendar is heathenistic. All right. So you shouldn't even be marking off a day on a calendar when you don't even know what day it is, Jake. All right. They're just saying, well, look, January, 4th is your birthday. Start celebrating this and this on this day. That's what Esau gave to you, man. You don't know when you was born, Jake. Really? It says, let it not come into the number of the months. Meaning what? Let it be forsaken, man. All right? It's a heathenistic custom. Okay? This is Genesis 40 and 20. Okay? And it reads, and it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. Okay. It says, and he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged his chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forget him. But the point is, on Pharaoh's birthday, it was marked in the scriptures, the holy scrolls, all right, written in paper, that on his birthday, he hanged his chief baker. So that birthday is known as a death day for the heathen. And the heathen marked the day for his birthday to show that it was his birthday. He killed somebody on that day. You see? Let's get it in Matthew. Right? Like I said, I ain't going to be long. I'm going to just get to the point and get out of here. 14 and 1. It says, at that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahushua and said unto his servants, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother's Philip's wife. For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. All right. So John cursed him out, man. Like, hey, look, you doing this for Philip's wife, man. That's your brother's wife. It says, and when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him a prophet. So, all right. Now, when he did all that, it wasn't his birthday. All right. He ain't want to put him to death. He felt he was a prophet. Now, check this out. But when Herod's birthday was kept, check this out. Demonic spirits got on him. The daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. So on your birthday is synonymous with what? Make a wish. I'm going to fulfill any wish, which this is in the scripture. It says, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. When you do the ritual, close your eyes, make a wish. All right. And better's going to come through because it's your birthday. All right. We didn't, celebrated birthdays, but hey, we no longer do that, man. That's not a part of an Israelite, of the Israelites' heritage, man. I mean, they're that's not part of the Israelites' high holy days, man. All right, a birthday is never in there, okay? But it is things we do annually when we go up. Every male go up 3 times a year, okay? But this is not about that. But we do have high holy days that we celebrate annually, man. It says, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. On his birthday, he gave somebody else a promise, which you supposed to make a wish and it's supposed to be promised to you. The heathen just all off with their own shit, man. And she said, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. And the king was sorry because he didn't want to do it, right? Because remember, he perceived that he was a prophet. Nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And the disciples came and took up the body and buried it, and went and told the Mashiach Yahushua. But the point was, he slayed a prophet of our people on his birthday, man. We should never consider birthdays, man. You see? And we ain't going to consider birthdays in the kingdom of heaven. You know? But the heathens might do it, and guess what? We're going to give them the wish they looking for. That. You see? But that's all the scriptures I had. All right? And I'm going to jump into this book, this Fossilized Custom. All right? It's the 6th edition. If you want to get it, you see? But this is birthdays in this book. It says, the popular celebration of one's annual birthday is acknowledged to be, by all authorities, on ancient customs, a pagan ritual from Babylon. The Babylonians served the sun, moon, planets, and constellation. A Gentile practice condemned by the Most High, man. All right? The baker was hanged on Pharaoh's birthday. So this book is saying the same thing. All right. Herod's birthday. Okay. In the John the Baptist was beheaded. Matthew 14 and 16 in the situation, and one sacrificed an animal because he was aware of his children's idolatry. For they all died when the house they celebrated and collapsed on them in a violent windstorm. His sons used to go on and hold a feast in the house of each one on his day, which is off and wicked. All right. The birthday ritual. Now let's get into the cake and the candles, Jake, in case if you didn't know what all this means. The birthday ritual. The ritual of the cake, the candles, the wish, and the presents serve to give thanks to sky luminaries for allowing the birthday celebrant to reach the annual cycle of their birth. The cake was baked for the Queen of Heaven. So the cake is for the Queen of Heaven. All right. The candles and the wish, you're basically praying to a dark demonic force or luminaries, all right, that you reach your other cycle of birth, which the Lord gives life and death, is in his hand. It was decorated and monogrammed with the celebrant's name. The candles symbolize the sacred fire, all right, which when you do a ritual, your sacred fire is likened unto your sacrifice, carefully numbered for each annual cycle completed. That's why when you get the cake, the person put the amount of candles on the cake. But now, Jake been celebrating it so long, Jake make 52. Jake just get a 5 and a 2 and blow that out. You see? Jake get lost in his rituals and these customs, man. All right? Be a lost soul. And Jake can hear this video and find this out and be saddened the day he find out. All right? And don't want to turn away from it because he been doing it so long. I done heard Jake say, I know it's wrong, but I've been doing it all my life, so I'm going to just continue doing it, but I know it's wrong. Come on, man. It says the prayer chant and all the ritual procedures are carefully preserved, and it is a religious occasion, which is regarded the day of one's birth the most significant event in a person's life, which is nonsense. All right. Your birth is not the most significant event in your life, man. All right. There's game changers throughout your life that holds way more esteem than the day you was born, man. Because most people, the average person can't even remember the day he born. He don't start remembering until he 3, 4, 5 years old, man. All right. It says astrologers base everything on it, which is off. But they give life and energy and worship into what the stars, the moon, everything, man. It says astrologers base everything on it. If the celibate can blow out all the candles, then a secret wish made to a genie, man, this is fool folly, man. Or Juno, if the person is female, will be granted. The birthday itself was a time of great superstition to a pagan, so they were surrounded by their friends and relatives for protection. In the Greek culture, it was believed that personal abilities and talents were bestowed on an individual by being inhabited, meaning possessed by demons, by one or more demons called muses. A person genius was the gift of the genie, thought of as the overseer of the muses. The muses were 9 female deities believed to endow skills in speech, art, science, memory, scholastics, agility, and music. A word derived from the muses, 9 daughters of Zeus, which is all off. The names of these 9 muses were Cleo, Euterpe, Thalia, Melphome, Trepascore, Erato, Polymnia, Urania, and Calico. You may recognize some of their names as having become part of our language, like Uranus, but that was the point. And most of these streets right here, believe it or not, is in New Orleans, man. You got Clio Street, Euterpe, all right? That's up in the all these are in the uptown area, man. Thalia, Melphome, Trepasco, Erato. Come on, man, and Callio. All these names is names of streets where Jake projects all these, and majority of all these streets that I just named, all right, they're in the projects where Esau put projects on our people, and underneath it was cemeteries, man. All right, and in the project, Esau basically lab ratted our people, put a project by project, and watched our people kill each other all for decades, man. All right. So all this coincide with wickedness, man. You see? But that was the point, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next time, I won't say shalom.